Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So Cobra Kai Season 4 is finally here. And being such a big fan of the entire Cobra Kai series and also the original Karate Kid movies, I could not wait until this season came. But now that it's here, how was it? And so the general story here is that we follow the events of Season 3. And so now Daniel Russo and Johnny Lawrence have to come together with Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang to battle against Cobra Kai. But now in Cobra Kai, an additional member comes to support, and that is Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3. And within this mix, we still have all the other things that happened from the previous seasons. So Miguel, Sam, Robbie, Tori, all the other students, Hawk is back here, everybody's back. And also some additional characters that we haven't seen in a while come back as well. And also some new characters with Kenny, and also exploration of other characters as well. So there's a lot here going on, but all of it leads up to the final tournament at the All Valley Karate Championship. So this is something that is really exciting in this season, and it has a lot to offer. And so now let's get into the best things of this season. And just like previous seasons, the characters and character development are just top notch. And I would say in this season, it is probably the deepest. And every single character, I would say in this season, evolves. They develop more. We learn more about them. But some standout characters here are Tori. Tori gets a lot more backstory. We understand more about who she is, what she's been through, and a lot of the motivations of why she's doing what she's doing. And at the same time, we also get unexpected character developments like Amanda LaRusso. You know, she grows more as a character. We learn more about her and the relationship between her daughter Sam, but also with Tori also expands, which was very unexpected. And also we get some other character development that was really unexpected, specifically Anthony LaRusso, their son, and some new characters like Kenny. But also every other character in the show gets some development. You know, Kreese gets some development, Hawk, many of the other characters that you've grown to enjoy, but also returning characters that we haven't seen in a while. And then, wow, the best thing about characters in this season is most definitely Terry Silver. Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3 is back, and man, better than ever. Him being in this show just really changes dynamic from just John Kreese to Terry Silver, and I absolutely love that. And in this sense, we also learn more about Terry Silver as his relationship with John Kreese, but also Terry Silver as a person. He's a very complex character, just like all these characters in the show. They're not just two-dimensional characters. And seeing him in this season was just awesome. And seeing who he really is made it even more enjoyable in this season. And the next thing that I really enjoyed about this season is, of course, the story. With each season of Cobra Kai, the story presents you with something familiar, but then it takes it to other directions that are very unexpected, and overall it is a good decision. Because of the strong characters that were written here, they're not two-dimensional. A good example of this is Terry Silver. You kind of thought he's going to be this one type of character, but he's so deep, you know, so many layers. And a lot of what he does, very similar to John Kreese, it makes you kind of question whether or not he is an evil person or he's a good person, you know. And at the same time, there's always this conflict. And in this season, I saw even more of that, you know, from pretty much every single character. There's always these shades of gray, you know, whether it be Johnny Lawrence, Daniel Russo's wife, Amanda, their son, Anthony, Sam. Everybody has layers. And I would say most of the layers that I saw here really came about with Robbie, because there's always this conflict. And you kind of see this throughout the story. There's like this conflict of good versus bad, you know, and also them trying to find out who they are. And I kind of feel like the overall arc of this story is mainly about them discovering who they are. And at the same time, for the older characters, them like really looking at themselves and seeing like maybe this isn't the right way, you know. And I really love that dynamic. And so with each single episode, it's always pulling you one way or another, and it makes it really, really enjoyable to watch. And now let's talk about the action. Because in this season, I really feel this is probably the best balance out of all the seasons, because it has all types of actions. Whether it's going to be inside their dojos, in homes, in schools, and also the All Valley Karate Championship. Wow, I think it was done really well. The choreography is great, but most importantly, the action serves the story. And the All Valley Karate Championship, man, I think it was probably one of the best scenes in the entire season because of the fact that the things that happen in this tournament are not what you would expect. Even though they would put things in there that you probably have seen in other Cobra Kai seasons or other Karate Kid movies, and you think, okay, this is what's going to happen. Nope, it goes a completely different way. And I really think the writers did a great job in turning it into something else, but also supporting the entire story. It's really hard to explain that, but the action in season 4, I think, did the best in serving this entire story overall, and it also tied up a lot of things as well, as you see in this season. And then the final thing that I would say I really thoroughly enjoyed about this season is just the level of emotion and heart. I would say this season, above all the other seasons of Cobra Kai, is the most emotionally impactful, especially when it comes to relationships. You know, what happens with the main characters, what happens with the kids, and also troubles and challenges that we're seeing throughout this, you know, and you'll see this as each episode goes. And by the end of this series, some things happen that really heightens the level of emotion, and it really brings you into these characters and world even more, and it really gets me pumped up for future seasons of Cobra Kai. For the best value in domain names, check out Namecheap, where you can get a domain for an entire year for less than $10, plus get WhoisGuard privacy protection for free. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. And now getting to the things that I didn't like as much about this season, well, it's the whole high school part of it. You know, as with other seasons of Cobra Kai, that's not my favorites, especially the whole bullying thing. But if you actually look at the story as a whole, it's done for a reason. So I definitely appreciate that the writers, whenever they created this story, each one of these things that happen is done for a reason, and it makes sense. But at least for me, I really enjoy all the stories outside of the whole high school story personally. But other than that, Cobra Kai Season 4 is another fantastic season. And right now, it's probably going to be my favorite right now because it did so many things well. It builds up the characters even more. And that All Valley Karate Championship was just awesome. And I cannot wait for Season 5, which, as I understand it, has already been shot. And those are my thoughts on Cobra Kai Season 4. If you actually had any thoughts on this or any of the previous seasons of Cobra Kai or even Karate Kid, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my action, film, and show reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you're a creative geek like me, and you want to get exclusive access to more content that I don't put out here publicly on my YouTube channel, then join my Gold Content Creators group, where you're going to get content like this and more for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group.